All right. Hope everybody is starting off their week doing well. How's everybody doing? We got a little Moodle to start the week off. Yeah, I'm just kind of watching it, and it's so weird seeing or kind of seeing the process from start to finish. It really is, because the finished product looks more complicated or maybe complex or really well done, and then you kind of see each individual puzzle piece, I guess, kind of the drawing just come together. It gives you a new perspective of it. Yeah, this one was like a weird little. I had like a. I did kind of have an idea of what I wanted to do, like these like weird tree roots that are like creating this blob of like smoke, and I had some like faces hidden in it. Yeah, it's different. Um, yeah, I took some of my artwork to work, right? And I just been doing it when I have downtime on like breaks and stuff. I'm kind of drawing on my breaks at work, doodling, trying to get certain pieces done or doing small little pieces like this. And my employees were really kind of amazed, I guess, by my artwork. One of them said he was like, because he's younger, right? He's like 20 years old. I guess when he went was in high school, he was like, "Oh, I thought all those kids were like really good. They, like the kids that are known for being the artists of the class or the artsy kind of kids." He's like, their work's nothing compared to yours. Like your stuff blows them out of the water. He's like, I thought they were good, blah blah blah, and just like hyping me up. But then somebody sent that I work with, somebody sent some pictures to their fiance, and she wanted to buy one of my pieces. I was like, what? I didn't think, I just that artist mindset. I don't know what it was. I was just not expecting it. It's not like I really think my pieces are bad, but I just really like doodling, and this is what just comes out of my head. I don't know, but I was kind of shocked. Well, I don't really like selling originals. I don't know if any of you are the same or relate to me on that. I'm kind of a hoarder with my art. I'm not gonna lie. I like having the vault. I like having that place that I go to, or when I need inspiration, I could just go look at old art or pieces I did and was like, what the hell was going through my head when I drew that, or like, how did I come up with that at the time? I've seen older drawings. I'm like, I don't even draw like that now. How did I do a kind of freestyling drawing, kind of like this doodle in this video right now? And there's just some of the stuff I come up with. I'm like it's like years ago, and that's where I think I mentioned in another Monday Moodle. It's like that inspiration, I guess, those really creative bursts that you get. They come and go, and I guess that was one of them. I don't know, but I'm trying to draw pretty much every day, make it a daily habit. Not that it's a habit or I have to discipline myself to do it. If you enjoy to do it, you know. But I get it. I am really drawing a lot of the same patterns and same subconscious habits in a lot of these doodles. The very curvy, boldy, spirals and lines, and but I tweak them a little bit differently. Yeah, you'll see even this drawing right now, like the way it's going. Now I obviously know how I drew it, but it looks so different right now compared to like the final piece. Like I just do so much bullshit to it. Not that it's bullshit, it's just, like what I was saying in the beginning. Just, art's weird. So if you like this content, you enjoy it, you must enjoy doodling yourself. Maybe you don't. I'm just assuming most people, if they were to enjoy this kind of doodling or content, they like to doodle or draw or sketch a lot themselves. Doesn't have to be the case. And bear with me, I'm not used to just sitting down and talking in the mic randomly for this long just to do it. But yeah, I mean, my week's been pretty good. I was kind of thinking about doing more personal in public videos, because I think those are more inspiring sometimes. If you can make art actually personal. Yeah, and understand, I'm not always like this, I sound super boring, don't know what I'm talking about. I just a guy who likes to doodle and draw. Yeah, now that I'm watching it back, I didn't crop like every section of it the way I kind of wanted to. I know, I'm just using my phone, and I'm not gonna let it be an excuse to hold me back to get my art out there, because at the end of the day, who cares what I'm sitting here saying on the audio? I just want to get my art out there, I've been told too many times, I can't remember if I talked about this or not, but it's a talked about thing, it's a common thing, and this isn't original. When a bunch of strangers are complimenting your artwork or like praising it or really enjoying it, that's kind of a telltale, like, and maybe people are just being nice to you. That could be also the case. Maybe they're just being extremely nice. I don't know. It's usually a telltale sign though, for the most part. If people you don't know that are just telling you what you want to hear and they really enjoy it, and then the fact that somebody wanted to buy one of my doodles, and it was like the one she wanted, I was like, that's one of my like worst ones. She wants that one, but my style is going to say something differently to every single person who is interpreting and perceiving all of these random lines. See what I mean? Just I start giving it so much detail, and I call this a doodle. But yeah, to me, this is doodling. Like I said, I had to kind of start drawing like this to get away from trying to perfect every single line I draw. Very much perfectionist when it comes to wanting to get everything perfect. And me drawing like this now, I'm like, well, what really is going to be seen as perfect in a drawing like this? How are you going to know I messed up somewhere? It's a doodle. It's an original, unrecognizable thing. Like, how can it be wrong? There's no rule book to say, how this is supposed to look. It's an original, random, freestyle drawing. That's why I enjoy it so much. That's why I like drawing like this. I've searched the web. Obviously, there's a couple different doodle-ish artists out there. There's the Mr. Doodle, and then there's Peter Draws. There's Shrimpy, but he's classified as doodle art, but to me, I don't really think it's doodle art. It could be. I mean, is any art really doodle art? I mean, these are really just man-made concepts about art. Like, it doesn't have to be actually doodle art. That's just what I'm choosing to call it. So any art could be doodle art or not doodle art. Who really cares? Maybe his art is doodle art by somebody else's, interpretation. I don't really know. It doesn't matter. But there's not many people doing this style, and that's what I'm trying to get to at the end of the day. And hopefully that's what will maybe bring in an audience. Now you see the psychedelic, trippy stuff. Yes, I have done psychedelics in my past. here and there. I've dabbled into them. That's not what really even inspires this kind of stuff. I enjoy making art before psychedelics. I was kind of trying to get comfortable and really explore this style in between all of those experiences. So it's not, it doesn't matter. But that kind of art, though, like the psychedelic kind of niche and the hippie niche, a lot of people are doing that. To where I'm like, okay, that's its own separate box now. You know, I want to create a brand new box, and then hopefully inspire a huge amount of other upcoming artists or younger people or people of any age, doesn't matter, to this kind of style of art. You know, just completely making up random stuff. Like I said, Peter draws. He does this style very much so, but he has his own subconscious pattern and habits and ways he likes to make lines and do things, and it's still different. You know, you can't really. And I've seen other people when he does the viewer art where he judges, which go check those out. I think they're pretty cool. He's actually judged one of my pieces not that long ago, like the second to last one, or maybe the last one he just did. I don't know. There's people who bring in submissions of what I was saying. I kind of got off track. That actually do doodles in his style, to where obviously that their own, doodle based off how they just randomly drew it, but they look like you could be like, damn, Peter, did you draw that? You know what I mean? Like, it looks like a Peter draws sketch. Somebody would pull that up and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's a Peter draws sketch probably, you know. But he's built that style, he's built that uniqueness to him that people like so much, and that's why he's a successful content creator with doing doodle art, at least through my opinion. To where it's like a stain, and that's where I feel like I'm eventually going to start leaving, because this still stands out, I think, to his style for doing kind of the same start to finish idea. Like, he wants to just make lines and doodle, and I just also enjoy making lines and doodling. Like, we had the same idea going into it when we first put the pen against the paper, but it comes out something different. I'll stop ranting there, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and hopefully see you in the next Monday Moodle. Peace out.